Hello again. Welcome to another edition of the DVD and Technology Files, in which I preview, surprise surprise, Doctor Who DVDs, and yes, sorry, they're already unboxed this time. And I'm back, and me and Lexi. Yeah, I've been organizing stuff again. Are here to take a look at the two most recent Doctor Who DVD releases. Been keeping myself busy lately as well. Made myself a little project knock-around grunt work computer here out of essentially a bunch of various parts of old computers that I had lying around. It's beautiful. Well, not really. I'm using the original case from my old HP Media Center, which at one point was featured in videos until the original motherboard exploded. Then got replaced with my refurb, which that one was a nightmare too, which has been featured in other videos. Anyway, so that's what I've been doing the past couple days. Then here's the main computer, Doctor Who desktop, and at some point I will do another technology update video, but I don't really buy a whole lot of technology anymore just because, you know, money's tight with everyone these days. This entire thing did not cost me a cent. Well, at least at the moment it didn't cost me anything because it was all spare computer crap that I had in the basement. But every component that I had that still works is now in that computer. But anyways, back to what I was here originally, and Lexi's coming back to check out the video. So, to start off, we have Doctor Who the Mutants. This was the second final story in John Pertwee's third season, the 9th season for Doctor Who. Kind of colonialism meets science fiction. If you haven't seen this before, it's the Earth colonial system is on the verge of collapsing, and on this particular planet they are creating mutants out of the local population because they want to make it as a planet for them and no one else. Anyways, so it's a double disc feature. Standard fare. It's got the behind the scenes stuff, but it also does have another feature called Race Against Time, which essentially depicts how race has been I guess treated over the years in Doctor Who and how it's gotten better, whereas in the original series, it was very rare that you'd see a non-white actor in a main role. But I do have to correct one fact that was in there. Specifically when they were talking about censorship issues. In Canada, they had mentioned that apparently the Talons of Weng-Chiang has never been shown in Canada because they felt it would be disparaging to the Asian community. Although I can actually attest it has been shown in Canada because we do get the PBS stations. Well, we've always gotten PBS stations on our standard cable packages, most from the States. Also, the first time I saw it was in 1990, October 1990, on YTV, which was a Canadian children's network. So just to correct that little flaw, I'll just add that little tidbit of information that yes, the Talons of Weng-Chiang has been shown in Canada. It just wasn't shown on TV Ontario, which was the Canadian network that showed Doctor Who in the 80s and 90s during first run, which first run in Canada was usually about a year after it premiered in the UK. So, with that corrected, now this is probably one of the most anticipated releases. It's also probably, in some circles, one of the most reviled stories. I don't mind it too much. But when the TV movie, and yes, that's what it is, the TV movie, Paul McGann's only actual television release was The Doctor, but he's been doing it with Big Finish for more than 10 years, and the plays are excellent. I recommend checking them out. So a little plug there to Big Finish. But when this came out in 1996, I guess my own interest in Doctor Who was kind of at a low ebb. I don't know, there hadn't been anything new for, well, several years at that point. It was 7 years after the show had been canceled, and so, yeah, I wasn't that much into it. It's probably the lowest my fandom had ever been, but I did check this out when it was on Fox. Actually, I wasn't home. I just remember I taped it and watched it later on that evening, and I could pinpoint some of the controversies in this. The Doctor being half human being one, which you never heard from again. which I hope we never hear that little factoid again, or maybe we'll knock that down to as a regenerative state. The Doctor kissing a companion, although in light of the new series, I guess that's not completely unusual, but considering this fall immediately after the classic series, then yes, it was, you know, something that took everyone back at the time. But, and of course it was not shot in Britain, this was actually shot in Vancouver, so it makes it Canadian production, so yay to that. But other than that, so with those few minor quibbles aside, it's still an enjoyable movie, and they've actually done a pretty decent job with the DVD package, which is also another double disc. In this one, we've got, on the first disc, we've got the movie and 2 documentaries, which actually, if I were playing this, I would have put all the documentaries on the second disc. But no, we've got a look back at the making of this, and it was actually a very troubled history. It took years to get this show on the air. Then, you know, the 7-year hitch, which shows how Doctor Who was kept alive in the years in between. Then on the second one, we've got some features from the time, like Fox's original press kit, another strip for action, the 8th Doctor, Tomorrow's Time. So actually I think is a really interesting feature that they've started putting on the new DVDs, which essentially, it shows contemporary press reaction to Doctor Who or the episodes that were aired at the time. So, yeah, it's worth checking out, and it was a question as to whether this DVD was ever going to be released in Region 1, mainly because there are rights issues held up with Universal, Fox, and the BBC. It was released in Region 2 about 10 years ago now, but now we have it in Region 1, and this is, I guess, the bridge between the original series and the new series, so the collection always felt kind of incomplete with that one link missing, but now it's here. And I'm also going to put a link. I've actually been writing review articles I've been doing a lot of freelance writing lately, and I've been writing review articles on some of the most recent Doctor Who releases. So hopefully I will put that link in with the video, and if I forget, someone just message me and I will have the links in there. There should be a separate article for both stories. But anyways, thank you once again for watching, and have yourselves a great day.